Everything starts with a spark. A single moment of clarity where you decide that your life must change. You feel the adrenaline, you set the goals, and you promise yourself that this time it will be different. But then a few days pass, a few weeks pass, and that spark, it's gone. You find yourself staring at the ceiling, feeling empty, wondering where that version of you went. The world calls this losing your passion. I call it a lack of war. You stopped fighting. You started listening to the whispers of your comfort zone. You allowed the soft, weak part of your brain to take the wheel. You are waiting for a feeling to return before you start working again. That is your biggest mistake. You don't need passion to move. You need a cold, hard, and brutal sense of duty. Think about the people you admire, the giants, the legends. Do you think they wake up every day feeling inspired? Do you think they are constantly passionate about the grind? No. They are often bored. They are often tired. They are often in pain. But they show up because they made a pact with themselves that is stronger than any fleeting emotion. They understood that motivation is a liar. It's a fair-weather friend that leaves you when the storm arrives. Discipline is the only thing that stays. Why did you lose your drive? Let's look at the truth. You became addicted to the destination and started hating the path. You want the glory, the money, the respect, and the success. But you don't want the 4 a.m. wake-up calls. You don't want the silence of the long hours where no one is watching. You don't want the rejection and the failure. You wanted the crown without the thorns. But in this life, the thorns are the price of the crown, FI. Every time you choose comfort over your work, you are voting for your own failure. Every time you hit the snooze button, every time you scroll through social media instead of building your business or training your body, you are telling the universe that your dreams are not a priority. You are saying that your momentary pleasure is more important than your future legacy. And then you wonder why you feel depressed. You feel depressed because you are living a life that is beneath your potential. Your soul knows what you are capable of, and it is hurting because you are wasting it. Stop looking for shortcuts. Stop searching for the magic secret to stay motivated. There is no secret. There is only the work. There is only the repetition of boring, difficult, and necessary tasks. Success isn't found in a grand gesture. It's found in the small, invisible victories over yourself. It's found in the moment you decide to keep going when your mind is screaming for you to quit. That is where the fire is forged. Not in the beginning when everything is exciting, but in the middle when everything is hard. You are surrounded by distractions. The world wants you weak. It wants you distracted. It wants you consuming instead of creating. Your phone, your habits, your friends who don't push you. They are all anchors holding you back from the ocean of your greatness. You must cut the anchors. You must become a ghost to the things that do not serve your purpose. Isolation is the price of greatness. You have to be willing to be misunderstood. You have to be willing to be alone in the dark while you build your light. Look at your hands. Look at your life. Is this it? Is this all you are going to be? A shadow of the person you dreamed of becoming. You have one shot at this existence, one opportunity to leave a mark, and you are spending it waiting for motivation? Motivation is for amateurs. Professionals get to work regardless of how they feel. They embrace the suffering. They learn to love the struggle. Because they know that the struggle is the only thing that proves they are alive. If you want to change, you must kill the old version of yourself. You cannot enter the next chapter of your life while holding on to the habits of the last one. You must burn the bridges to your excuses. You must make it impossible to retreat. When you have no other choice but to succeed, you will find a way. The reason you haven't succeeded yet is that you still think you have other options. You still think it's okay to fail. It's not okay. It's a tragedy. Take a deep breath and listen to the silence. That silence is where your future is built. Stop talking about what you're going to do. Stop posting about your goals. Just do them. Let your results be the only noise you make. The world doesn't care about your intentions. It only cares about your output. Be obsessed. Be relentless. Be cold-blooded when it comes to your goals. When you feel like you can't go on, remember why you started. Remember the people who doubted you. Remember the people who said you wouldn't make it. Use their doubt as fuel for your fire. But more importantly, do it for the version of you that is counting on you. The future you is either going to thank you or curse you. Which one will it be? Every second you waste is a second you are stealing from your future self. This isn't about being happy. This is about being great. Happiness is temporary. Greatness is eternal. To be great, you must be willing to endure things that would break most people. You must be willing to outwork, outlast, and outdiscipline everyone around you. You don't need a miracle. You are the miracle. You just haven't realized it yet because you've been too busy playing it safe. The time for waiting is over. The time for excuses is dead. Today, you make a choice. You either stay in the dark, or you become the fire that lights it up. You either remain a spectator in your own life, or you become the architect of your destiny. It doesn't matter where you are starting from. It only matters where you are going. And how much you are willing to give to get there. Do not look back. The past is a graveyard of things that no longer matter. Your mistakes, your failures, your regrets, leave them all behind. They were lessons, not life sentences. Today is a clean slate, a new battle, a new opportunity to prove who you really are. So, stand up, straighten your back, clear your mind. The world is waiting for someone who refuses to quit. The world is waiting for someone who understands that the only limit is the one they place on themselves. Be that person. Be the one who stayed when everyone else left. Be the one who worked when everyone else slept. Be the one who succeeded when everyone else doubted. Get to work, not tomorrow, not in an hour, now. Your legacy starts with the next decision you make. Make it count. Build your empire, forging your discipline, and never, ever look back. The fire is within you. It's time to let it burn.